All right. So a pretty wild game. I would say pretty even for the most part. But then, do I have it up here? I don't have it up here. But whatever. We all know the result. Obviously, Manchester United won this game. But obviously, the drama of this game was the red card given to Willian for a dog show denial of an obvious goal scoring opportunity by handball. Great keeper. Good light work for him.
He wasn't really, it was more of like he was slapping his own thigh, I think. You know what I mean? He was like, what a good stop.
Well, what a great joke. What a laugh. You made me laugh.
He's a real knee slapper.
If you haven't, I'm showing the screenshot right now.
Yeah, do not hit play.
I won't hit play, but it's everybody on, if you're listening or watching, refs need love too.
It's a great OnlyFans account.
It gets quite salacious. But no,
on a lot of red cards.
David,
that's not allowed on the pitch.
David Gerson, he's a referee, I believe in Georgia, Atlanta area.
We've spoken to him.
He's a great dude, and he's a referee. So he kind of highlights plays, controversial plays, and people send him calls or send him highlights and be like, "Yo, what do you think of this call that's referee made?" And he did it for this match, and his analysis was pretty obvious because when you look at Willian, he does kind of just he does a little chicken wing, sticks his hand out just enough to prevent the ball from going in the net, which it was obviously going in. And it's an obvious red card. So I don't even think there was that much debate on his part. He did do the
DraftKings deleted their comment.
Oh, what happened?
First of all, you got to move that to
live chat.
Bruh, come on, DraftKings, that was hilarious.
Okay, we'll see what it is. All right. But he sticks his arm out and he gets a red card. There wasn't too much of a protest from his part. He was like, I didn't do nothing.
He's like, what are you talking about?
There's a great photo of him pointing at his arm to kind of show that this is how his arm was.
I mean,
it wasn't that way at all.
No, it's a slightly adjusted from a natural arm position, but I do they keep it at your side. Well, my leg is up, so I also kept my arm up.
And he essentially
there it is. DraftKings said, okay, fine. Imagining Mike Dean's OnlyFans. Yeah, dude.
That's what we need from DraftKings.
There we go. Dude. Always welcome in our chat.
Okay.
That's Daddy DraftKings right there. DraftKings Network.
So look, not much of a protest on his part, but then where it really got bad was the coach got the red card, Marco Silva, for complaining to the referee when they were looking at VAR. He was he went up to he literally was trying to put his head behind his shoulder,
what you looking at, bro?
Hey, everything all
nah, that's bullshit. You can't be talking about that. And that's what you're worried about? Nah, that's nothing.
My man got sent to the locker room after that. And then
him and Willian just popping a cold Coors Light.
Okay, he actually shook hands with her and said, "Thank you for allowing me to go chill with a nice ice cold."
I gotta go build a fort with the coach.
But then,
which, by the way, I watched this game with Lawrence McKenna.
Okay,
and I brought Coors. They don't have Coors Light; they just have Coors.
Oh, right.
But it is Coors Light.
Meaning it is a light beer, but it's not
the banquet one or whatever the weird ones that we've never seen before. It's a regular Coors Light, but they just call it Coors there.
So, but then where it really got bad was obviously Mitrovic, who just gave just shoulder to shoulder a referee.
Which look, I mean, Mitrovic, that's love. That's a love language from Mitrovic.
And it was really bad. And when you see, if you look at refs need love too as well. You can see, especially as a referee. This is like when I see a comic get attacked on stage, where I'm like, I become a little bit more like, hey, you don't do that to my people.
No, we're all one. I don't even like this dude, but you making me be all one with him.
Why are you making me defend Roseanne Barr.
I know,
I want to
damn.
defend Roseanne Barr, but she's one of my people.
I know. Them words never coming out of my mouth.
Okay, everybody tune into my new special on Fox News Nation.
Yeah. I got hired by CBS. He got hired by OAM while I was gone. What the hell happened?
No, but it's a line that should never be crossed.
Right.
And then it also, with referees, it's just like they're gonna take care of their own. Because this was just such a ridiculous decision from Mitrovic to put his hands on a referee. And Mitrovic ain't no small dude. The ref wasn't a small dude either, but he's still like, yo.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that. There's times where like a player will turn the ref and you're like, is that
right?
Are we gonna get a red card for that now? You know what I mean? You can't body one. You know that's that's not.
And people were comparing it to Bruno Fernandes a couple weeks ago. Remember when he like kind of slightly nudged the ref to get around him to get the ball, and people were like, why didn't he get a red for that? But what Mitrovic did was clearly.
There's so much that Bruno Fernandes does.
He gets away with a red card. He gets away with quite a bit.
General personality. I think he deserves a red card.
He's gonna get a red at home.
His kids are like, nah, fam, we can't have that. Stop talking to mommy that way. DraftKings says Mitrovic should show up on an AEW during his suspension. I can see it.
He would be a good heel. He was pretty intimidating too after he got the red. The way he was just staying in the ref's face. He was like, "Hey, you know what you did wrong."
Yeah.
So I did see a tweet. I forgot from who, but they are basically saying he's gonna get a much longer suspension for that.
Weren't they saying 3 to 4? Isn't that like?
I don't know 3 to me is the minimum.
Your second straight red is 4 games. So I don't think he's had a straight red, but I think he's going to get that suspension.
Okay, I can see it because I mean he did 100% just cross the line, and as soon as. Even Willian, who got the red, had to come back and tell Mitrovic, like, yo, bro, you're going to get me in more trouble.
I know.
We don't even
we got the fork pop. I don't even know why you got to be out here, bro.
You're doing way too much.
Get in the fort, dude.
Look, a frustrating loss for a good Fulham team, and I think this was their hope in possibly winning a trophy this year, even though it still would have felt insurmountable because Manchester City, we saw what they did to Burnley. Did you see what they did to Burnley? They wiped them 6-0. And we
wasn't Vincent Kompany your boy?
Why would you do this to your man?
There's a statue of him outside the stadium. They still did him like that.
Erling Haaland gets a hat trick after getting five in
goals.
Champions League the few days prior.
Pep went on like we've said this in the past, like many years ago. Pep, I think, wants to be a comedian.
Really?
Remember we said that a long time ago? He said, I forgot what he said, but he said it. We're like, the timing was right. You could tell he was working on the bit.
Oh, you talking about Julia Roberts?
No, he said.
We got to talk about that, though.
We got to talk about that. But they said, why'd you pull him out? And he said, like, he's too young to score a double hat trick. But then somebody else asked him, and he said he didn't want Haaland to break Messi's record in whatever
Champions League.
It was like, these are good bits. These are good bits, bro.
I don't know. I guess when I heard the thing about, because Haaland wasn't too happy to get out of that game after scoring the 5 goals.
He wasn't happy, but he
wasn't mad. He wasn't pissed, but I think he would have enjoyed breaking the Champions League record for most goals in a match. And that was essentially Pep's response was like, I took him out because if he breaks the record now at 22 years old or whatever,
he's gonna have a boring life.
He's not gonna have anything to really like look forward to. And I'm like, hell, hold up! I want to get to the top of Mount Everest right now. If I can get there right now,
I gotta start this climb to finish it. You know.
So I don't 100% agree with that mentality. I think it would have been such a really, he tied the record obviously, but it would have been a really dope thing for Erling Haaland to get that record.
It would have been nice. DraftKings said Pep and T.I., 2 peas in the same pot.
Bro,
T.I. done, right? He's no longer doing stand-up?
I haven't heard of him doing stand-up again. He got into that beef with Godfrey.
I've seen his act, and I've never seen him do stand-up, bro.
Have you seen, you've seen the interview he did with Godfrey, right?
No.
He got into like a bit of an argument with Godfrey about it.
Godfrey was telling him he wasn't a comedian, right?
It wasn't exactly that, but it was that he went up after him. Godfrey was headlining, and then T.I. went up after him. which is like, that's just a thing you do not do.
Also, if you were smart, you would not do that to Godfrey. You don't want to follow Godfrey, bro.
So he was like T.I. was upset at because Godfrey was talking about it and was frustrated about it, and then they spoke, and they didn't really like resolve anything. It still seemed a little.
That
contentious.
also seems like a Godfrey thing to do, is to just extend an argument for the purpose of extending an argument.